This episode is sponsored by Caddyshack Bistro, your favorite new watering hole. Located next to Crust Pizza Company on Spring Cypress and Champions Forest Drive in Spring, Texas. A place where dreams come true. The finest spirits, wine, and tasty food. It's where the locals go. Use code BeerNerd20 to get 20% off your next order.
I want to know what you're thinking.
Part of this podcast,
there
I
are
ain't saying
some
shit.
things you can't hide. I want to know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Front Row Negative, the podcast. We're back once again for another week of how we try to keep this episode under an hour and a half, but usually succeed. This time, it's really go time, so we're back. I am Aaron. I am joined by Coffeehausen himself.
The enigmatic, the often copied, never duplicated, the tired 40-year-old, slightly overweight Chris Foreman. How's everybody doing?
You know, that introduction was a lot better than last week's introduction that you did. So yeah. It's already much better. But this week we're joined by somebody who we've known through the What's Wrong with Wrestling group. He's one of the OGs that started in there before the controversy of, you know, the AEW fans versus the WWE stans, before all of that, before Josh Reese Make-A-Wish kid himself onto the show and somehow Jabba the Hutted himself into a throne on that place and stank it up.
And by that alone has got my respect.
Before
Jesus
Eric
Christ.
Hamilton graced the podcast with his presence on that show.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, Eric is the highlight. Josh is just the dark side of a very large moon. So we're joined by our good friend, Rito! How are you doing?
I am doing great. It's your boy Rito, aka the Puerto Rican powerhouse, aka the Sultan of the Soundboard, aka the son of Sinbad, aka the Puerto Rican Thanos. I am Pranos right now because I've been on a 3-hour show. I've been on What's Wrong with Wrestling, and now I'm here on Front Row Negative. But you know what's one podcast I've never been on?
What's
What's
that?
that?
Colt 45. Listen,
Ooh.
listeners, I have the t-shirt on. I've spent the monies. I am a Patreon. I've sent Brandon 2 copies of Heavyweights on DVD, even though it's on Disney Plus. And I am getting these Houston Infinity Stones. So I'm coming because best believe I'm gonna and turn it all to dust.
Oh man, the gauntlet, if you will, has been thrown down. Apparently,
yeah, it's a Wawa's gauntlet.
It's a Wawa's gauntlet. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you send him a DVD copy of Blackula and Scream Blackula Scream, the 2-pack, as well as maybe send him a copy of Death by Temptation on DVD, not Blu-ray, because that's kind of fancy. He might put you on. He might put you on.
I'm gonna try everything. I'm gonna get billboards. I'm gonna spend so much money just to get on the show for 1 hour.
Hey,
you have my admiration, man. You know what? Send him a Steelbook deluxe copy of Head in Charge. Send that his way.
Oh, Head Ninja in charge.
Hey, again,
yeah.
my disclaimer being the white part of this podcast. Whatever you say there, Aaron Garcia.
It's Garcia. But you know, well, we can't say that word, but it's Ninja, Head Ninja in charge. You know,
Nerf herder
in charge.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty much. I don't want to get his wrath anymore. I don't want to deal with that Halo match stuff anymore. So hopefully we'll start a hashtag Justice for Rito, and you will get on that show. One day.
The Sami Zayn of podcasts.
The Sami Zayn of podcasts. Well, Sami Zayn's a ginger, and nobody likes gingers.
Oh, I married one.
Well, ginger males. Oh yeah, and then on demand, she pops up like over there, wanting to come into the podcast. I see that.
She normally does, but she's watching Rampage at the moment.
It was pretty good this week.
Yeah,
The first match. The first match.
I was about to say, I saw Jay White pop up just in time for me to get on the podcast. So,
Aha.
well, we haven't recorded, so what are we gonna do, hey?
Yeah, we haven't recorded too because it's still a lot of fun. That first match is a lot of fun.
Noise.
But yes, Rito. So normally
right?
what we do, how we start the show off, as we're now about 5 minutes into it, we started off with what are you watching, what are you reading, what are you listening to, and what are you gaming or playing. And I think for the most part, Peacemaker's been like the big thing so far. So first of all, are you watching Peacemaker, and how much are you enjoying it?
I fucking love it. It is the Deadpool show without being the Deadpool show.
See, exactly.
It's balls to the walls. Like if you would have told me, I would have shedded tears when an eagle hugs John Cena.
Yeah,
I would have told you, nah, there's no way. It's just too lame. And then, there's story development. There's all these butterflies. There's even that creepy guy. There's even a Hamburglar joke. Like that is highbrow comedy.
Yeah, seriously.
No. It's not just a Hamburglar joke. It is like a stone cold, like dark joke. Dead face joke about the Hamburglar from a guy who looks like a walking corpse, and he gives the joke about the Hamburglar, and it's hilarious. It is very. And then when he says "robble robble" to sum it up, I lost it. I rewound it like 3 times and kept watching because it was so damn funny.
It scared the crap out of me when he said that. I was just like, oh no.
That's awesome.
It's just such a great show. And I think what I enjoy about it the most is that I think it's the deputy or the cop assistant, the guy who's also the actor from the old ass movie Dead Man on Campus.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, I think he's in one of the scary movies or like one of those shitty like movies.
Well, he's also in Freddy vs. Jason too, as another cop.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I know my horror.
Holy crap!
I know my horror.
But knows his horrors.
I do. I knew my horrors and my horrors. So, but he's such a doofy and lovable guy that it seems like he's playing the exact same character that he did from Dead Man on Campus, just now with a badge, and it's hilarious because the first thing he says is after the Hamburglar joke is like, "I think he's fucking with us. I think he's fucking with us." He's questioning that, like literally questioning that as a point. So yeah, it's so much fun. So, like, do you have a favorite part in the episode so far, or in the series so far?
I think the one part that really sticks to my head is the scene in the police station when all the butterflies just rush. It was just pure body horror. It was just like crazy, and the music. I mean, even the scene when he's dancing and singing into the vibrator.
Yeah,
like you're screaming freedom.
And then he takes a sniff of it.
Oh yeah!
Oh man!
He's singing it, then he takes a sniff.
Listen, so I wasn't sure if I was going to share this story, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's really fucking funny. Okay.
Oh boy!
When I was a preteen, I had a friend that lived down the street named Jimmy, and I would go ahead and hang out at his house, and we'd play like Power Ranger toys and shit like that.
Appropriate name.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? But here's the thing. His mom was so mean and shitty with us and stuff, and so one day, like she wouldn't let him have me come over to play or whatever.
Yeah.
So he got mad and he told her he was going to take away her back massager, and it was one of those. And like he took it and like rode his bike down the street to show it to me. I was like, I don't know what this is. He's like, I took it from my mom because she wouldn't let me have you come over to play. And it wasn't until much later in life I was like, whoa, that's what that was. I just thought it was somebody just beating on somebody's back and shit. No, that's not what it was at all.
Well,
that is nasty.
A similar joke. I'm a big fan of Married with Children. And there was that one episode where like they're getting ready to have a party over to watch WrestleMania. Again, wrestling themed episode. And Peggy bumps her head and she becomes good Peggy, where she cleans, she does all this and this and this. Or like a good person, right? Well, Peggy makes hors d'oeuvres and makes snacks and everything. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you cut the bologna and the cheese that look like Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake, this and this and this." And then and here's the joke that I didn't get I didn't get this at the time until much later. Then she goes, "Oh yeah," and they're like, "Oh yeah, Pecky, we love the mixed drinks you make." "Oh yeah, I had this drink mixer up in my nightstand upstairs that was battery operated, and it mixed drinks perfectly."
Oh,
Everybody spits their
no.
drinks out on the episode, except for one guy, like one of the neighbors, smiles and keeps drinking it.
Oh, God.
But I never understood that reference until like much later. You know, when I was older, I finally got it. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes
There's whole other stories there about how he finally got it.
yeah.
Like I, admittedly, the only reason I got it was from a 4-hour VHS that only ever probably saw 5 minutes of actual playtime. So,
Well, that's lasting longer than most people.
amen. This segment sponsored by Blue Chew. No, we don't have a sponsorship. Not yet.
We have no sponsorship, not yet. I'm trying to get that partnership with Mountain Dew, and it's not working. I'm trying.
Dude, what if Mountain Dew did a Blue Chew flavor?
Well, isn't it what voltage is?
I mean, I guess it's on a case by case basis. I mean, it's either a hard wiener or a diabetes. I mean, it's one or the other.
Or diarrhea.
Diarrhea, sometimes the same thing.
Or what about all at one time, a hard on with diarrhea while you're having a diabetic seizure?
Well, that sounds like a great night at Charlie Sheen's house.
Fair enough. Okay.
No, that sounds like this.
Pretty much. But
Yeah.
but getting back to Peacemaker though, it is an awesome show, and each week I'm always loving it. I'm always surprised with it. I still say my favorite scene of the whole show was Vigilante trying to break into jail or trying to get thrown in jail, and he goes back to basically the police break area, struggling to pick up the trash can, dragging it across the field in front of all the police officers to throw it into the window, and them just watching him do it. And then finally, when he does it, get on the ground now. It's so damn funny. It's just so damn.
He's a gem of the show, man. He's out of nowhere.
Deadpool. He's the Deadpool of the show, just like John Cena is the Cable of the show.
That joke's like, I know my own birthday, dude.
You know what? Eagle was the MVP in that scene when he just takes out everybody and he has like that majestic like fly through. He just.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but we're kind of heartbroken though when that fucking racist sack of shit hit the bird. I was like, no,
dude. He backhanded Eagly. The T1,
That's
the T1000,
hardcore, man.
He the T1000 backhanded Eagly. That's pretty hardcore. That's
bastard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest though, like a hot take. I know people are gonna hate me for this, but I do not like Leota or whatever.
Really?
No, I don't know. It's just she seems so like when she like didn't want to kill the guy and she was just like very just like deadpan. I'm like, I don't like this. If her partner was in it, then maybe that dynamic. But it seems like in the next episode she might do something heroic, so she might make that play.
Well, the next episode is the final episode, so possibly.
And let's see Judo Master. I mean, just him eating Cheetos for the last like 4 episodes.
Not just any kind of Cheetos though. He's eating flaming hot Cheetos.
I was about to say, were they flaming hot or were they limon or whatever?
I think they're flaming hot, but they might have had limon here and there, but they were flaming hot. And for
all the guys, they're going to dress up as that for Comic-Con. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah. He's like the kick-ass costume that you buy at Baby Gap. I mean, that's probably where they got his suit from.
He got his suit from Drake Bell from the superhero movie.
For Drake Bell.
Yeah.
From the Grasshopper.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap. I forgot about that, dude. Good God.
They just washed it in hot water to shrink it.
That's a flashback from hell. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have too many green suited superheroes and like full body suits. So,
that's true.
So, but still it works for him though. I mean, he's great too.
Oh yeah.
The whole eating hot Cheetos, beating people up. They've been calling him Cobra Kai for like half the season, just because they don't want to call him Judo Master.
Man.
It's so good. It's just such a good series, and I'm really loving it.
I'm ashamed when it goes away.
Yeah. I'm gonna be sad when it ends next week. I'll be like, no. But I'm hoping that the big reveal next week is that as soon as the credits roll,
Mephisto.
Oh my God. You're jumping the gun, Rito. That's going to be when they do the Amalgam universe.
Is he jumping the James Gunn?
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Well,
Hey.
oh, apparently, according to my wife, the person jumping James Gunn is the blonde actress. Apparently, they're a thing.
They are a thing.
What a lucky that little.
He
Hey,
he went
hey.
from Pam from The Office to that.
Really?
Yeah,
What the hell?
yeah. Go back and watch the movie Slither. She's in it. That's her
What?
only. That's her only like. Oh, that's her first movie.
What?
Before was it Hall Pass? But yeah,
Oh,
she was in the movies.
emotional damage.
She was in the movie Slither because she
Oh
was with
my
James
god!
Gunn. So,
Wow. Okay. Well, good for him, man. I mean, I'm never here to curse anybody's dick game or whatever. But like, hey, he's getting it done, man.
hey, he is. He definitely is. And if it wasn't him, it'd be John Cena. So one of the two. One of the two.
I'm sorry. Who?
Exactly.
John Cena. You gotta do it like that, man.
I don't have that on the soundboard.
Well, nobody does. This is not 2015 anymore. It's not 2015 anymore. So jumping from that, this past week was the final episode of Boba Fett, and I know we talked a little bit about it with Abel last week, where we tried to. That didn't go too well. But I know, Rito, you said that you haven't watched the Boba Fett show. That you haven't seen it. You saw the first 2 episodes, and you said it sucked. You know what? That's your opinion. A lot of people, especially on social media, are either very far they hate it or very far they love it. And what I'm getting from the age difference is that if you're over a certain age, you're not going to like it. If you're under a certain age, you're loving the show. And there's a big there's kind of a difference between that. I enjoy it. I watch it with my daughter. She's huge into Star Wars. She's loving all of it. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about it's back on Tatooine. She doesn't care that the CG is bad in certain parts or not. She doesn't care. She just loves the whole lore and the story of Star Wars. That's her jam right now. Is if her main 3 things in this era right now are Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Star Wars. That's it. If there was a game that combined all 3 of those, she would lose her goddamn mind and she would never leave her room because she'd be playing that game every day, every minute.
It's only a matter of time.
Pretty, yeah.
Disney got deep pockets, so I'm sure Pokemon, Star Wars, Spider-Man,
Darth Pika coming soon.
Darth Pika, Animal Crossing.
But
Yeah.
but I remember we watched Boba Fett together, and she was, and for over half the series of Book of Boba Fett, she was on the edge of her seat, wanting to know what was going to happen next. When Cad Bane shows up, she lost her mind because we both remember him from the cartoons,
Yeah.
but she remembers him as just being this badass, the guy who beat Fennec at her own game, the guy who beat Obi-Wan a few times, the guy who basically beat every good person in that show, including Ahsoka. He beat him. He's that much of a badass in the cartoon.
Oh, that's Smurf Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Smurf Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I've seen the jokes. Squidward Eastwood.
I don't watch Star Wars. The only thing I've
Okay.
ever watched is The Mandalorian. So
And yeah, I suffered 7 seasons of Clone Wars, and then I think 4 or 5 through Rebels. And again, they're a good show, but you have to you have to be open, and you have to really like Star Wars to watch them, to enjoy them. Bad Batch, no, you could just watch that straight up just for the action, but characters pop up that you're not going to know who they are, and that's where you need to watch all 7 seasons of Clone Wars and Rebels and enjoy Rebels.
yeah, I've seen 2 people. Whatever the Force Awakens, I've seen 2 people get into a fist fight. Like at first, it started with like lightsabers, and then it just got real. And I was just like, I seen like I think her name's Ahsoka, the girl with like the tentacles on her head.
Yeah,
which is mounting Luke Skywalker and just dong in line.
That's crazy, man. It's weird to hear that conversation happening right now. That 2 ultra crazy nerds about Star Wars legit got into a fist fight.
Yeah.
Things you don't normally correlate between fist fights and Star Wars fans. It's really never.
No. That started happening when The Force Awakens came out. Then that's when people started getting the shouting fights about Force trilogy versus they enjoy it for new characters versus being woke and all this other stupid stuff.
Oh my god!
But since the new trilogy has come out, people just can't appreciate. They can't enjoy things. You have to gatekeep.
It's those two dogs with the fucking gate opening, and the dogs are yapping at each other, and the gate starts opening, and they shut the hell up.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the Star Wars fans. I'm sorry,
much.
guys. If you're a Star Wars fan out there and you're ultra passionate about that shit, that's you. I'm gonna tell you.
Or the one meme I keep posting up like every other week of like the UFC fighter of Khabib jumping the wall, kicking somebody. It's like Star Wars.
Oh
fan,
yeah,
Star Wars fan, and then a referee trying to break them up. Star Wars fan.
Listen, as
Keyboard
long as
warriors,
you're not
bro.
a damn Trekkie, that's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, those don't exist. That's why there's only.
That
3
should
movies.
be a meme too. That night of the round table, all the people that hated each other for Star Wars, and they all unite to kill Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
Sure.
I saw Fanboys for the first time a couple weeks back, and I was like, "This movie is awesome."
It was good, man. That's
yeah,
a
Chris.
throwback
What's her
right
name?
there.
Veronica Mars is in that the slave Leia bikini.
Yes, she is.
Yep. Yes, she is.
Bottom left.
Bottom.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, very much true. Bottom left. That's very very much true. So, Book of Boba Fett. So, one of the things I wanted to say is that since last week's episode, or before that, since when we had Wade on, I did read some stuff. And one of the things I read was one of the reasons why this show was kind of cut in half and felt crammed with another series kind of crammed into it. It was because the original plans involved Gina Carano's character doing a cameo, starting off her show. When all that got scrapped, when all that got kind of killed off, they had to rewrite some things, they had to reshoot some things. And unfortunately, we got half a season. We got half a season of Boba Fett and half a season of Mandalorian season 3. And because of all the rewrites, the reshoots, and all of that, and it just came down to them basically and not having enough content to create a full season of Boba Fett, and we got what we got. Hate it or not, that's what it felt like.
She went back to her home planet with Poochie.
Yeah, with Poochie and Cleveland Brown in his show. So yeah, it just a lot of Disney edits happen, a lot of Disney canceling's got to happen, and that's what we got. So this was an article. It could be just opinionated, but that kind of does make a little bit of sense. Or it could just be them stretching for a reason or an excuse for most part. But it does feel because at the end of the battle, she wasn't there. And it felt like she should have been there, and they brought in the mechanic instead to take her place.
That makes sense, actually.
Oh, they didn't bring Bill Burr back?
Nope. He was not there.
That's a shame. I think he did a great job in that.
Oh, I thought he did a great job too. I thought he did a really good job.
Listen, as a fellow Bostonian, I was happy to see us represented just because that proves 2 things. There's a space Boston and there's a space Dunkin' Donuts.
Space Boston? Oh, no. But, oh, man, that means that there's space New England Patriots out there somewhere too.
I want to hear a stormtrooper out there going like, move along, it's wicked crowded over here, you know? Oh my god.
Kids got a saber on them.
We'll go in the parking lot and do some dog nuts. Wow.
Yeah, well. So, since Star Wars, that I did hear that, so hopefully it's whatever it is. But also last week, Rito, you're also a big wrestling fan. What did you think of the Rumble? Because we talked about it last week, and some of us had high expectations, some of us had low expectations going into it. Mine was hyped because, again, with like 80% of the roster cut going into the Rumble, I wanted to see who they're going to bring out. And for the most part, I think they didn't deliver. A lot of people said that they did deliver. What was your thoughts on it?
So what I noticed with a lot of people as far as talking about the Rumble, the women's Rumble was definitely the high point.
Yes.
And, for many reasons, some more than others, I'm not going to, split into that. But it was great, like as far as presentation and overall like performance, because it was definitely fun. And then once, Ronda Rousey came back from the gym, Planet Fitness, wearing her Planet Fitness gear, it was just like, oh.
And her Spanx.
Yeah, and I was just so mad because the story was for Liv to win, and they were like, "Nope, we're just gonna scrap that real quick and just." But
You can't be shocked. You can't be shocked.
I know. It's like, putting your hand on the stove and constantly getting burnt and expecting a different result. But,
Pretty much.
I was hoping to come back and get a hot bowl of Liv Morgan, but
Oh man, we got a hot bowl of shout out to hashtag mom boobs though. Look, the reason Rhonda had to wear that, bro, did you see? Were you watching?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey, the milk hasn't gone bad.
No, it never does, sir. I mean, from what I hear. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know it does.
I was too busy thinking about the splits anyway to notice that.
Dropping it like it's hot and what have you.
The torque off?
Oh my! Listen, once I saw that, and when Sasha was just right on the apron and she ripped the skirt and it just perfectly fell, I was just like, bottom right, bottom right, bottom right, bottom right.
Hey, Sailor Twerk was in the house.
Think about this. Can you imagine being a guy who you work for WWE and your job is to make your wife's like outfits for the ring? And she's just, let's be honest, just throwing it on you like that?
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting paid to sew shit and you get to go to that every night? Well, not every night. Probably. Well, I don't know. He probably travels with her.
Yeah,
right?
he travels with her. Yeah, they do travel together. Yeah.
Come on, man. That guy's living the high life. Are you kidding?
Like,
Yeah, he is.
I think Andrew would be inclined to agree.
Well,
that's one of those things where you look back and he was probably like drawing pictures of girls that look like her, and now he's dating girls that are like her.
he drew anime chicks, and now he like makes clothes for one.
He's online bitching about the new Star Wars show.
And now his wife's in him. So,
yep.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
I like the Ivory's return. That was awesome. That popped me.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys have been watching NXT 2.0. I tune in and out every now and then. I try. They got like some PC guy. I feel like they should go hand in hand, or even just have her just be backstage saying, "You can't do that. You can't do that," and just kind of, play on that. But the women's rumble was great. Now the men's rumble, it was. You ever like play the Rumble online on W2K19 and you just get in there and it's just random people just jumping in and jobbers and whatnot?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was the Andre the Battle Royale without the Andre the Battle Royale trophy.
That's a perfect analogy though.
Pretty much.
Oh, it was terrible. And then Brock came in, I was just like, oh fuck, like you could have just gave it to Orton and I would have been fine. Like guy loses it first minutes of the night and then comes back and wins it, and then it's like, hey, by the way, you're gonna get another match. Like,
well, a few years ago when we had the Rumble in San Antonio, and everyone was hoping that number 30 was either going to be Finn Balor or Joe as number 30, and it ended up being Roman Reigns, who lost earlier that night. Flashbacks, having flashbacks.
That's what Chris was just moped in the corner.
Yeah, yeah,
dude.
Yeah, he didn't mope in the corner for the Houston Rumble. He did.
Well, to be fair, I was not happy about Randy Orton either, but I was sitting next to the girl I liked a lot because she made sure she handed out tickets to make sure I sat next to her, so I was kind of nervous about sitting next to Nicole the whole time.
No, we're talking about 2020 Rumble now.
Oh, okay. I was talking about San Antonio still. Sorry, but yeah.
Wait,
that was me in San Antonio, dude. That was me in San Antonio, like, because I met Nicole through this, our group of friends, and I'm sitting there, and she's like, putting her knee on my knee. I'm like, scared of shit. But that was my Rumble experience in San Antonio. But yeah, I was fucking pouting in Houston. You're damn right.
You're welcome, by the way.
Wallowitz's mom makes the cameo.
We went to that Rumble, and then the next Rumble we went to was the day one of our honeymoon.
True story.
Yeah.
So you're saying I gotta get tickets to the Rumble now?
Yeah, man. There you go. Yeah. You want to wrap up this whole bachelor lifestyle? Just get a girl you like to hand out tickets for the Rumble for your circle of friends.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how it goes. But yeah, Brock coming back at the end of it, I think, kind of killed the momentum. I know for some people,
in the chamber. I said you could have had him clean out the chamber.
He could have cleaned out the chamber because, like I said last week, Riddle. I was expecting Riddle to win. I was expecting Riddle to be the one to finally hit main event status. Instead of them bringing back Goldberg, instead of them bringing back Khali and any other over 50-year-old talent that they bring back in to work 2 to 3 pay-per-views, why not push Riddle? Why not develop Riddle? He's perfect. And they didn't do it. They didn't do it.
And it's crazy too because you look at everyone that's signing with AEW, like Keith Lee just signed with AEW.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, you got Keith Lee and Adam Cole on the same show. Meanwhile, you got Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. Like,
yeah,
Tony Khan's playing GM mode with real money and real people, and it's just
that's true.
Or you could.
I never thought about that way, but you're right. It's like if you just fucking
Yeah.
on your phone, like, how many credits to sign him? Shit, unlock the cheat code.
Dad, can I get your passcode?
Yeah, seriously.
But he's also doing things that we've wanted to see done. I mean, in WWE, how often did we want to see Punk and Bryan work together?
Oh yeah,
that's going to happen. Or Moxley and one of these two people work together. It's going to happen now. He brought in Jay White. That's like that's like putting your New Japan figures, mixing in with your WWE elites, just so you can have a full Bullet Club. It's happening now.
Yeah,
it's happening
awesome.
now.
And you got Black Machismo, and then you have there's so many things that are in the workings of professional wrestling right now that AEW can literally run the table right now if
they could.
If they sign Samoa Joe, which I'm sure they will in due time after he's done.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna be signed on eventually. But I do think AEW is getting a little bit crowded now. I think they're getting a little bit stacked. Rampage needs an extra hour just to kind of push more of the talents. Because now we're seeing a lot of people who we wanted to have them shine over here in AEW. They are either working every other week or they're on Elevation or Dark Elevation, one of the two. So to me, it's becoming stacked now. And with Keith Lee, I like Keith Lee. I'm a fan of Keith Lee. He should be running Rampage, not Dynamite. Because Dynamite, because let's be honest, Dynamite's Hangman's show, or it should be Hangman's show.
Yeah.
And Hangman's kind of, I'm forgetting that Hangman's actually the AEW champion. I forget that he is sometimes.
And that's a shame, dude. It really is.
Yeah, I think in due time, once they get their everything in order, I think what's going to happen now as far as the influx of talent, because I'm not sure how old you guys are, but when you guys watch WCW versus WWF back in the day, you get people who jump back and forth, Pac and Steiner and everyone and back and forth. So I think that there's a chance of that happening. I just hope they don't overlook their homemade talent like MJF or Jade Cargill.
Yes.
Or just people in general, because MJF is fucking crushing it right now.
He is.
He's everything that the people think the Miz is, and then some.
Yeah, he definitely Sammy, Britt Baker, Darby. I mean, Darby's killing it. So you have all these people who are killing it, but what I like about AEW does is that they bring in the older guys, like the legends, to work and manage the younger guys. And to me, that helps them develop better. Because let's be honest, Lance Archer, he cannot cut a promo to save his life. He needs Jake Roberts. Unfortunately, Jake Roberts also needs a throat lozenge to understand him sometimes, because
cigarettes, bro.
He's all those cigarettes and all his lifestyle. Then you have Sting, who doesn't need to do anything for Darby Allin except just look there and stare at people, and that works. That helps him out. And then you have, Tully Blanchard with FTR, who is amazingly good doing what he's doing. And it's just development with the legends. So
yeah, that guy who runs Top Team, his name's escaping me right now.
Dan Lambert.
Yeah, that guy, vocal piece. He's somebody that could definitely toe the line of is this guy really feeling that way? Or is
At first, I hated that guy. He's a complete asshole. But
you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, that's the point. But it's the more. See, earlier, Rito, you said you're not sure how old we are. I'm 40. Okay, so I'm according to my wife and a bunch of different articles, I'm still a millennial. So I'm in this weird area where I drank out of a water hose. Plus, I know how they use the internet when I was 11. So it's this really weird. So I'm supposed to have these views, that millennials are supposed to have, but also, I'm on the tail end of the boomer generation, or whatever the hell fuck you want to call it. So I hated the guy when he showed up, because I was like, this. Fuck you, old bastard. But then sometimes he says some shit and you're like, yeah, man, what the fuck why are you like this? So, I don't know. I like him as a mouthpiece. I think they're using him perfectly. He's doing his job. Just like you said earlier with MJF. You're supposed to hate this prick. and then he comes down and celebrates with cardboard cutouts and makes out with chicks on the ring apron.
Yeah.
And has a manservant who just is about ready to beat his ass. And I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's coming.
Wait.
It's coming soon.
Oh
it is definitely coming soon.
Wait,
hopefully it comes faster than beer does. I'm just saying.
How old are you, Aaron?
I am old. I am 3 months younger than Chris.
Oh my god, I'm just turning 30, and I thought I was old.
I mean, wait. Do you have any bones popping when you get out of bed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It gets worse. So
it gets much worse.
I don't boom heart, man.
But yeah, it's the thing with Dan Lambert. I was introduced to Dan Lambert at an earlier time. If you've ever watched The Ultimate Fighter, they had a season, America Top Team versus what's the
Team Rampage?
No, Black Zillions. It was the Black Zillions versus American Top Team. And Dan Lambert was on that show, cutting promos, getting angry, all of that. It was crazy. It was insane that season. Look it up.
Honestly, I never saw any of it.
You never saw? Oh, it was.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, America Top Team versus Black Zillions.
Oh my god! Now, listen.
Yeah.
I've felt some type of way about the UFC, not to go on a separate tangent or anything, just because how Dana White pays his fighters. Like, I would never thought in my life I'd agree with Logan Paul in any way, shape, or form.
Hell no.
But when you got guys like McGregor jumping into other promotions, going into business for himself, making all this kind of money, and proving that it works.
Yep.
And then you got these guys like Izzy right now, who's fighting tonight, but I'm gonna catch that after on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy, It's just I'm no longer giving the UFC my money until I see things kind of percolate over there. But Dan Lambert's awesome. It's amazing what they're doing over there in AEW. They seem to get everything right. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of like, I don't want to call it a coup or anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have like some like writers from WWE and AEW kind of be like, hey, by the way, I wouldn't be surprised.
Fair enough. So speaking of AEW, what are your thoughts? I have to ask because a lot of people in What's Wrong with Wrestling are kind of split on this, and a lot of people online are kind of split on this. Thoughts on Danhausen? What are your thoughts on Danhausen? Hate him, love him.
I love Hausen to Danhausen. Very nice, very evil.
Yes.
So how were you first introduced to him? How were you first introduced to him?
So the way I was introduced to him, which it's weird, but I was listening to Conan O'Brien Has Friends or Has No Friends, the podcast.
Yes.
And I was listening to the show, and he had a guest on, and like I was like, who the hell is this guy talking in this voice? So I was just like, okay. So I hopped on YouTube, and then I seen him doing these toy hunts, and then I seen his and I was just
dude, yes.
And I was just like, I don't know what this is, but like this is incredible. And then so I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts in New England. And we have a current promotion called Beyond Wrestling, which a lot of talent from AEW, Ring of Honor, just that's where I actually got to meet and touch tips with Chris Statlander. Fun fact.
Nice.
You
got booked.
Oh yeah. And then I got to stand next to John Silver. He is a short man, and I look very tall next to him. And on my Tinder profile, on my Tinder profile, I have a picture with him where I'm standing next to him, just like towering over him.
Nice.
It's doing numbers, but he's part of a Team Pazuzu with Chris and Pinky Sanchez. And it was just crazy. Like in the middle of the match, he just stops the match. Tequila starts playing. He's kicking this guy in the mouth, puts teeth in his mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
And he's a huge Simpsons mark. Like, you got to appreciate that. Anyone that loves The Simpsons is great in my book.
Yeah, definitely. So basically in our little group circle, I started spreading Danhausen as much as I could because I thought it was funny. And some people in our group were like, this is stupid. But then when something caught on, people kept going back to watch it, and now we all love Danhausen.
And not that it's a competition. Not that it's competition.
It's not a competition.
I was second in line to be like, you know what? You're
Yeah.
right.
So what ended up happening is that I started watching like I was on lunch at my job watching YouTube videos, and one YouTube video just pops up because I usually always watch BTE. I'm a big fan of BTE, and it comes up with the suggestions, and somehow Ethan Page's Toy Hunt came on, and he had Danhausen in it, and I'm like, who the hell is this Danhausen guy? What the hell is this? Because for me, I hear a lot of jokes. I've heard a lot of dad jokes, and so to get me to laugh and to get me to appreciate a good dad joke, it has to be funny. It has to be something off the cusp. So I'm watching his video, and I'm already kind of marking out for ego for Ethan Page because he's liking all the same things I like with the Marvel Legends, with this collecting, with this and this. I'm kind of marking out. Well, Danhausen's in the distance, and what really popped me was Danhausen is hunched over looking at these toys. And Ethan Page calmly just says, "Hey man, is your back okay?" And Danhausen like hunches over even more and like turns and looks at him and is like, "No, my back is perfectly fine. Why do you ask?" Like calmly, just calmly. And I'm like, I start laughing. I just start laughing. So then Ethan goes, "Oh, no reason." And Danhausen responds back with, "Why? Is something on my back?" And just again, dead cell, just dry humor, and that caught me off guard. And
That's
so
awesome.
they kept going back and forth with the puns back and forth. So then another video pops up, and this time it's Danhausen doing a toy hunt, but he's in a beekeeper's uniform. He's in a beekeeper suit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And he starts doing the funny names on people, like Chris Judas,
Pepsi Man.
Spitterman. He starts doing the voice, not the voice of it, like the names. And I think what made me become a fan, like a fan right away, was the video where he gets kicked out of Pro Wrestling Tees for stealing his own merch. That got me. That sold me.
Good.
That sold me. So after that, I'm like, okay. Every time a video will come up, I will put it in our little toy hunting group. I'm like, hey, Danhausen video, come check it out. Some people would laugh at it. Other people would like just kind of skip past it. I'm like, oh well, fuck you. Here's another one. Here's the one for PW 500, where Danhausen loses his mind.
Listen, he shouted out Collectomania. I'm telling you, if he takes it up the offer, if they're in town with him and Ethan Page and they come to the store, I'm giving them the full tour of the Marketplace Antique Mall, and then we're going to Pancho's. I promise you.
Okay,
and I will video the whole thing.
Listen, the thing with Pancho's,
it's been 42 minutes. 42 fucking minutes. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, this motherfucker did not mention Pancho's. And then he goes, oh, by the way, here's Pancho's. Listen,
hey, don't knock it till you try it, man. I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna knock that shit over with a wrecking ball. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I thought this was front row negative, not hashtag Team Aaron.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, hey, I'm being negative. I'm adhering to the third word in our name.
Man. Living up to the gimmick. I get you.
Living the gimmick. You know
listen,
what?
Pancho's needs a new name. It is called Backdoor Negative.
Oh. No, that's a front door negative, man. A front door positive. I walk right to that front door.
It's a backdoor refund. That's a backdoor refund. I don't know what you're talking about.
Refund.
Listen, that's where COVID was created.
It was created.
No, listen, bro. Look. It's no coincidence that if you've gone to Pancho's and eaten there in your whole entire life at one point and you survived COVID, there's a connection there. I'm just saying.
Listen, you can't spell Corona pandemic without Pancho's. The letters are there.
Corona pandemic. You're missing an H. So you're talking about Pancos. I don't know what a Pancos is. You're talking about like the breadcrumbs you use for like your shrimp, Panko shrimp? We're talking about a whole different restaurant here, Rito.
He's missing the H for hate Panchos.
They don't serve hater-rated Panchos, so neither one of you motherfuckers is invited.
Do.
So I don't know what to tell you.
They do. That's called a chili con queso.
They don't have chili con queso. They have watery cheese, and it's delicious.
It's called Velveeta.
cheese that's been sitting under a lamp for
Watery
hours.
cheese
Some
sauce.
condensation. Watery. That's what comes out of
watery
your ass.
cheese sauce. You gone to CC's Pizza recently?
Dude, I
Watery?
miss CC's. I ain't been to CC's in a hot minute. But no, anyway.
I've,
Nobody
I've
has.
never been. We don't have that up here. We only got McDonald's and
Oh, you're fortunate with CC. CC's was
Five
good cheap
Guys.
pizza, but not that good.
You like putting Five Guys in your mouth? It's okay, so do I. It's fine.
oh yeah.
So as I was going
Christ.
to say about Ponchos, Danhauser broke his leg in 2 places. Hasn't he already suffered enough? You're going to take him to Ponchos? You're going to break
Listen,
his
man,
stomach.
I'll tell you what. If this
He's going to get a
if all
colostomy
these-
bag.
hold on. If all this comes to fruition the way I want it to, I
Very
take
cool, very
Ponchos,
leaky.
and he gives me a negative review, I will never mention Ponchos ever again.
Danhausen's gonna look like his makeup without the makeup after eating Panchos.
Oh man.
He's just gonna turn white like Pazuzu in that
gonna-
movie, The Exorcist.
He's going to look like Pete Davidson after he eats Ponchos.
Ah,
Fucking hate Pete Davidson. Anyway, don't invoke
listen,
that shitty
listen,
that
ass
man
life.
is a cocksmith.
butthole-eyed looking motherfucker. No, fuck him. I hate that guy. Anyway, go on. Ponchos rules.
It doesn't. It's terrible.
Listen,
You're terrible.
I'm gonna start.
Damn it.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe account, right? Here's what's gonna happen.
No. Start a Go Feed Me account to feed you away from Ponchos.
No, we're gonna start a
God.
GoFundMe account, and I will raise $200 for you to get a Ponchos tattoo.
Don't think I won't. Listen, Rito. At my desk, look what I have right here with all my fucking shit in it. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm glad you got
Ponchos, bruh.
scissors in it.
Yeah, all my it's supplies, bro. It's a
The
supply
acclaim
stuff.
has arrived in that Ponchos cut
Oh, God.
What is the name of the Ponchos mascot?
via.
Pancho Villa.
Pancho Villa.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, if I ever start a restaurant, I'm calling it Just In Queso. Have I told you about Just In Queso?
Yeah, I heard it on the.
How about
I
You
heard
did?
it on-
Okay,
Pepto.
okay, yeah. All right. So, just saying.
How about Justin Pepto?
Just whatever. God damn it.
Listen, I know-
Anyway.
complete sidebar. The other day I was on Twitter and somebody called King of the Hill Texas Anime, and it has it blew my mind because I'm like, it is Texas Anime. Like, I have a question. So for you, I don't even know what to call you guys. Houstonians?
That is
Ponchos
correct,
was on
sir.
King of the Hill.
Ponchos was on King of the Hill. There you
So-
go.
It quickly
Nicole,
got
everybody.
canceled.
So
No.
is Sugarfoot's real? Like, what's up? Like, how much of the show
Sugarfoot's-
is like real and like not real? Obviously.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people in that show that they're just like that. So, I've thrown pocket sand at people.
That's interesting. You know, as a boy from up north, I definitely want to come down to Houston at some point. You guys make it seem so fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
The freeways are awful. No one in this town can drive for shit.
Just like
Okay.
there's-
So I went to Wikipedia. The Ponchos mascot's name is Pancho.
Who'd have thunk it, right?
The Ponchos
It's like if
mascot's
Five Guys
name-
Hamburgers just had 5 dude bros sitting around a table eating peanuts and shit.
Is that why they have the peanuts in the store?
I don't know. I think it's just 5 dude bros that watched UFC 97 one day. They're like, hamburgers, everybody! And they just made a
So
whole fucking
here, just let me read you a snippet of on Wikipedia, okay?
Go on.
Pancho's Mexican Buffet is a chain of Tex-Mex restaurants in the United States. In 2017, the owners began closing stores due to poor performance and developed a small store concept called Cuban Cafe. There are currently 2 locations in the Houston area and 2 locations in the DFW area.
Hey, it's still going, bro.
You
It's
might
not
as well
done.
be. You might as well have been reading Daniel Steele to Chris.
Ponchos is
you're
Ponchos
preaching to
is
him.
most popular for having the buffet customers raise the flag to request more food. Each table has a small tricolored flag with 3 colors of the flag of Mexico. The flag, however, is sometimes missing the Mexican coat of arms and thus more closely resembles the flag of Italy, but sporting the image of Pancho, the mascot of Pancho's Mexican Buffet.
Hey, forget about it, Obi!
So you have
Come on.
Italian Tex-Mex Panchos.
I'm okay with it, man. Drop some prego in my salsa. It's fine. I'm okay with it, bro.
Italian Tex-Mex.
I'm still living, Aaron. All the shit you talk, I ain't dead yet, man.
All the shit I talk and all the shit you eat when you go there.
I hope Chris
Hey, guess who's
never
not getting
hits
white
the
boy
lottery.
tacos tomorrow? You.
Because if Chris hits the lottery, you know he's gonna put a ponchos on everybody. He's gonna put a ponchos in his house.
Dude, you think... Listen, okay? I would. It cannot be difficult to franchise out for ponchos at this point.
Yeah, when there's only 4 restaurants left.
It might cost me $450.27 to get started. It ain't that hard.
It will cost you a broken boat and maybe some horseshoes to get a poncho store in your location.
It will cost you the Dragon Ball Z live action movie budget to open the
Oh,
ponchos.
Jesus Christ. Look, I'm telling you, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Do not be surprised when you come over to watch the super commercials tomorrow if I have ponchos waiting for you.
And don't be surprised if I bring a giant bottle of Pepto-Bismol with me to
That's
stay
okay.
alive.
You can go take a shit in the Pirates of the Caribbean bathroom. I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I saw the booty in there.
There's gonna be a lot of booty in there.
Yeah.
Now I know why the theme song to the show is the theme song to the show, because I want to know what are you thinking when you're eating ponchos.
I'm thinking about how happy I am.
For that time being before you hit the bathroom.
Everybody shits sometimes. Dude, listen, everybody has to boo-boo.
I don't want to listen to that.
Regardless of what your boo-boo content is, you're still going to boo-boo. What does it matter?
I know why you're stinking. Tell me what's in your mind.
It reminds me of that Dave
man.
Chappelle skit where everything looks better in slow motion. And he's on the crapper and he launches himself in the air. That's ponchos.
Oh, whatever, man. I thought you were about to say the itis or whatever, doo-doo butt or
Mud
doo-doo
butt.
butter.
Mud
The ribs, bucket of ribs.
No, why would I compare a bucket of ribs to ponchos? That they have nothing to do with each other. They're separate.
I'm
One's
saying,
good, one's ponchos.
Man. Anyways, so my whole point is
Go to Casa Bonitas.
that place is real, by the way. Apparently,
It is.
It
real.
is.
It is
I've
real.
been there. It is awesome.
don't think I wouldn't go.
So I like how we went from Danhausen to ponchos.
He
so
asked about
quickly.
Texas. He wanted to know if the shit's real. It's real down here, man.
Yeah, the
Telling
shit
you.
is real down here at ponchos.
I could go
So-
to Buc-ee's, buy a gun, and then go to Ponchos and then stick it in my mouth for eating there.
Hey, at least you're going to Buc-ee's and they have good stuff.
Listen, that shirt you made, by the way, cheap plug here. I don't know if you made that Ruby Soho shirt.
Oh, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
He wishes it was him.
I wish it was.
Dude, I gotta find that shirt. Like, I saw that and I was like, I'm in love with it.
Oh man, I've been stalking Ethan Page with that shirt, and every time we went to Buc-ee's, I would take pictures and send it to Ethan Page, and he loved it. He was hilarious.
I need you to send me the link because I will buy 10 of those shirts just to replace this terrible shirt.
Oh, the Colt 45 shirt.
Oh yeah, this terrible shirt.
Oh, well, you better up that Patreon now to get on that show.
I don't know. I think you're working against that whole getting on the show thing, Val. I don't know.
I can already see the next story of Ricky getting shot from Boys in the Hood, and he's going to superimpose your face on Ricky's body.
You know, so if you follow Colt 45, the New Jack City grits and sugar, that actually started with a conversation between me and Brandon in the DMs. I love sugar in my grits. I do not like savory grits. Savory.
Last time I had grits, I was probably in my 20s. I'm not a big grits guy. I
love
like
grits.
I like Whataburger breakfast.
That's good too.
Oh hell yeah!
I didn't even know
You don't have Whataburger up there?
No, we have Dunkin' Donuts.
See, I like Dunkin' Donuts.
It's okay. Shipley's is better, but yeah.
See,
Shipley's is good. I like Dunkin' mainly for the coffee now. Dunkin' has good coffee.
That's what I've heard.
America
Actually,
Rundown
it has some
Dunkin'.
little K-cups. Yeah.
Shipley's has good glazed donuts, but their coffee sucks. Dunkin', I love the kolaches. I love the coffee. The donuts are hit and miss. So
You guys seem like you got everything over there. Like I feel like everyone in Houston's just like fat, gun-toting.
We are.
We are.
We-
Yeah.
we
Well,
are.
Don't get it twisted, my friend. I wear
fat
basketball
people.
shorts more than I wear pants. Come on.
we are fat people. It's like I'll just say this: 80% of Houston goes to the swimming pool with the t-shirt on. Okay.
Dude, it's Houston. We have Tex-Mex, barbecue, every fucking fast food you can think of. I mean, any number of pizzas. it's literally a cultural melting pot. So there's
We have-
every
we
kind
have
of
pla-
food here.
We have places that will deep fry anything. So I mean,
That's a true story.
The latest season of MasterChef is all filmed in Houston, and it's Houston themed.
yeah, because we're fat. That's why.
And because we're culturally diverse, but
No, we're fat.
We're culturally fat. PHE.
Culturally
Pretty
fat.
hot and tempting.
But it's always amazed me how people would go into the swimming pools with their t-shirts on.
Yeah.
Like, as a fat kid, I just tits out for the boys.
Yeah.
This is why heavyweights. It was a staple. It was my Bible.
We had Waterworld down here next to Astroworld, and we had a big wave pool. And as I become a young man, it was me, hanging out the side like I was Spider-Man with my snorkel goggles on, checking out girls' butts. It's what you do. You become a man.
Astroworld's real?
It was. It was.
Yeah,
a
you
real
didn't know
place.
that?
No, I just thought it was just something that Travis Scott made up.
No,
Oh,
Travis
bullshit.
Scott bought
Travis
the
Scott wishes he came up with
rights.
Astroworld.
Travis Scott bought the rights. He bought the rights for Astroworld. But in all fairness, though, at the wave pool at Waterworld wasn't because of wave machines. It was because of a whole bunch of fat people jumping in on one side of the wave, causing waves to flow out through the whole pool.
Oh God.
you need to send him the link to Defunct Land about when they did the Astroworld thing.
Yeah, we'll post a link about that. There's on YouTube. There's a channel called Defunct Land. They do a whole episode about Astroworld.
Yeah, the real Astroworld, not the Travis
real
Scott.
Astroworld with Accelerate and Excalibur and the Batman Forever Stunt Spectacular show. And
Hey, don't forget about the Batman Return stunt ride.
that's true. Yeah, the Batman stand up, hurt your nuts on the bicycle seat roller coaster.
The crotch killer.
Oof. So many men
Dungeon draw.
balls destroyed for the sake of Batman.
The Ultra Twister, all those badass rides.
Mayan Mindbender.
Yep.
Are you
Thunder
guys,
River.
Are you guys going to WrestleMania this year? Are you even excited for WrestleMania?
No, the answer is unequivocally no. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The only way I can fight the tyranny that is Vince McMahon is by not watching and not supporting it with my viewership. Now, that being said, they're going to make the fucking Elite toys whether I like it or not. So I'm only going to buy the wrestlers I really want. And that's it.
True.
Yeah,
The only way we go to Dallas is if AEW's there.
That'd be the only way I would go. Everything else except for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I stopped. Like it is amazing how much you could get done on Monday nights.
Yes.
Seriously though.
Like I'm like, oh, it's 8:00, and I feel like I should be doing something. Like there's just this void. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna watch 3 or 4 episodes of Peacemaker, or I'm gonna throw in a load of laundry, or I'm gonna go play Spider-Man on the PS4.
Monday nights, I get caught up on my Cheaters reruns, or I watch a movie. So
Cheaters reruns? Like the
Cheaters.
show where they busted people boning in hotels?
Yeah. We have
Hold
Joey
on.
Greco.
Can we unpack this?
Clark Gable
Why?
III. Huh? Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Oh,
Wait, you don't like
That's Tina
Cheaters?
showing.
You know what? Aaron was the kid who would stay home from school and voluntarily watch Jerry Springer.
You know what? I would.
Oof.
Reverend Snore, all those characters on the Jerry Springer show, Steve the bouncer. Yeah, I watched Jerry Springer.
The only TV I watched as a kid was during the summer when they played like Batman 66 and Gilligan's Island and shit like that. And then like, of course, wrestling.
Yeah.
But then also they had like Channel 101 late at night when your parents told you to go to bed and it was scrambled porn. You couldn't see anything, but you could hear it.
Yeah.
Every now and then you see a tit. Yeah.
Yep.
See, I can't really speak on that because,
That was before your time?
allegedly, no. Allegedly, there was a friend I had named, we'll just call him Tito for now, and his parents may or may not had a little hot box, and you tell a 12-year-old kid, hey, don't go on channel 38. Why? What's on channel 38?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh my god!
And it was just, and it was just like, whoa. Yeah. Luckily, I was quick to just be like, shh, I'm done. But
I'm sorry.
I got to see a lot of wrestling too. Like there was.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
38, I bet.
No, there was definitely a lot of wrestling. Like I got to see a lot of like the Tokyo Death matches, even some New Japan things. Like they had like this whole like marathon of Mick Foley's greatest or Cactus Jack's greatest matches with Terry Funk and it was just crazy. And even ECW, like I was just like, what is this?
Oh hell yeah!
and it was just it was great. So that was a good thing about it. Lots of wrestlings on both sides.
I had a friend in high school, and I use the word friend loosely. You know how you had a circle of friends, and they had one guy who was a hanger-on and just copied all the shit you did?
Yeah.
That was this guy. His name was Jesse. And his mom lived in between San Antonio and Austin, out in this little podunk town. And he wanted me to ride out with him just to go visit and shit like that. But I did, and his parents had an RV that we slept in because they didn't have extra room in the house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one of those hot boxes hooked up inside of the RV. And so I walked out to go get some food from the trailer or whatever, and I came back, and he was watching porn. I was like, "Do you need to be alone, man?" And he's like, "No, come check it out." I'm like, "No!" I was like, I know there's different schools of thought on this, but I'm not on that side of the fence, man. I don't want to watch. And this was like 70s porn, so we're talking about like tribbles, fucking tribbles. It was awful.
And there's a part of that story that Chris left out where he ran across the highway and he found solitary inside of Pancho's.
Man, if there was a Poncho's, that's where you would have found me. You're absolutely right.
There's no Ponchos off of 35.
Hey, the Pancho flag wasn't the only thing getting raised that day.
No, the Mexican restaurant that
he was a weird dude, man. He was a weird dude.
The Mexican restaurant that we did have in San Marcos, which is between Austin and San Antonio, they had one of those paint mixers hooked up to a drill, and they were mixing the guacamole with that.
Texas, Rito, Texas. There you go.
El Toro.
I'm pretty sure Heavyweights was actually filmed in Conroe area.
Heavyweights was actually filmed. I believe it was in Philadelphia, like near Pittsburgh, because they had like that long strip of all those restaurants. It is a great film. And going back to my original point at the beginning of the show, Code 45. Let's talk about it. Listen, we were all fat kids at one point. Like being a fat kid. Listen, I've said this once on Twitter. I'll say it again. I have a friend. His name was Joseph Rosario, fellow fat kid. Mm-hmm. I remember I jumped in the pool, and I'm sitting there with my shirt just dribble out, white shirt, not a black shirt. I didn't know the whole, understanding of this. So you could see, it was a wet T-shirt contest. And, I'm swimming through, and he's just like, dude, just let the tits out. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. He's like, hey, I'm fat. You're fat. It's fine. We're all fat. When you're here, you're all the fat kids. And then, I did that. I went home that night, and I was watching the Disney Channel, and I'm just flipping through, and then they're like, next is Heavyweights. And I saw these fat kids rolling down a hill, getting by Ben Stiller.
I've seen it. It's just the way he's explaining it. It's funny to me. It's like a fat boy awakening for you or something.
And I was just sitting there, and I was just like, what is this? And then I remember, I had those TVs. You remember those TVs that had the VCR on the bottom? I took a tape. I don't even know what was on the tape. It was probably my birthday or something or a wedding. Just put it right in there, and I was just like, "This is a staple of my childhood." This was. I know they'll never remake it, but if anyone follows me on Instagram, I do these little fan cast things, and I did a sequel called Heavyweights 2XL. You see what I did there?
There you go.
And I recast it. I had Kenan Thompson come back as a camp counselor on the thing, and just everyone get back into even John Cena's in it. He plays Lars's son. This perfect. Okay, if you saw Two of the Pharmacy, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you saw Dodgeball, I mean, Ben Stiller at the end of Dodgeball became fat, and he returned as that character.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Pretty much.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit just because you mentioned Panchos.
Oh.
He's not even from here. He doesn't
I know he's talking all this shit and he never stepped a foot in Panchos.
He's never even been in a proper taqueria.
Today is March 12th. It is not February 12th.
Are you timestamping your Freudian slip?
I can't wait. I can't
12th?
wait to title this episode.
Dang, we're about to go to AEW. Sweet.
I can't
March
wait
14th. March 14th is Steak and BJ Day.
March 16th is AEW, and then March 18th is my birthday. So what are you saying?
It's going to be a hell of a March.
My birthday's in March, so that'll be great. It'll be my 30th birthday.
Does doing a pirate bathroom for Valentine's Day because you wanted a pirate bathroom, get you Steak and BJ Day?
Yes.
You wanted the pirate bathroom, you were doing it, and then you were like, oh, by the way, this is going to be your Valentine's gift.
Also, who's going to cook the steak? Me. Yes.
You're gonna buy the steak because we can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, see,
I didn't do anything. That's them.
I have to save money for the Ghost concert.
2022, man.
Hey, I'm saving money for the Ghost concert too.
Listen, I'm just amazed how you. This is like an unorthodox thing. Guys ask for jewelry, a new car, maybe a new pair of shoes. This guy wants a Pirates of the Caribbean bathroom. Like, do you have like a GIF of Amber Heard just pooping on the wall?
Hey, fuck that whore. Screw her, dude.
That hoa.
That whore.
Oh,
She's a hall, you see? The hall.
wow. Yeah, people want, for Valentine's Day, they want, jewelry, food, shoes, stuff like that. You get a Pirates of the Caribbean bathroom.
What is on your Valentine's Day shopping list, Aaron? What is it that you want?
I want silence from the kids. That's the only thing I want for Valentine's Day. Come
Well,
home
he
to
ain't
a quiet
getting-
house.
He ain't getting shit for Valentine's Day.
I'm not
He knows
getting
it.
anything. In this household, I'll go out and do things for the wife, and I'll come home and it'll just be another Monday.
Listen,
True
Aaron,
story.
I gotta say this. I'm gonna say this right now. You are the coolest parent I know.
I try.
You introduce your kids to cool shit. You bring them into even cooler shit, and then you give them cool. I wanted to name my kids Parker and Gwen. And I was just like, well, I can't do that now, so I'll just hope I have a boy and name him Miles.
Rito, if your son Miles wanted to go like get a cool toy from Hot Topic or something like that, or from Toys R Us, how many push-ups would you make them do to earn it?
Listen, if my kids have the same genetics I had as a kid, 2.
Oh, okay. How about 40?
Oh,
no, I said 20.
20. Oh, I'm sorry.
20.
It was 20. It was $1 a push-up. Aaron makes his kids do hard labor.
That is awesome, though. That's the right way to do it.
See?
This is the most ass-backward podcast of all time. Talking shit about ponchos and
listen, Aaron's gonna be that dad in the crowd at the next AEW show 20 years from now when his kids are just running shop, just ripped to the gills, shredded to the gills in some Johnny Gargano inspired gear and that he made or whatever, and it'll be cool while you'll be sitting there inside of ponchos.
And I'll be watching it on my 3D Palm video thing, and I'm like, send hook. Yeah. That's right.
And we're not talking about Hook the wrestler. We're talking about Hook the busboy to pick up his next.
No, wait. No, he's in his bathroom. Send Captain Hook. Send Captain Hook in there.
Captain Hook is not in Pirates of the Caribbean, sir.
Not yet.
Listen, you're gonna have like some robot to wipe your ass.
We should be so lucky. Oh, you know what? We have a bidet in our restroom, in our other restroom. No, we do, for real.
Rito, ask the name. Just ask about the name.
What's the name?
Of what? Our bidet?
Yes.
Are you ready for this? Will Asprey. We're a wrestling-loving household, and our bidet is named Will Asprey.
In the Jungle Cruise bathroom.
Which will soon to be the Jungle Cruise bathroom, yes. Yeah, that's how we do it down here, man. Yeah. I'm married. I get laid. Can you believe that shit?
Hey, just have 2 kids. That will stop quickly.
I'm just waiting for the Indiana Jones themed bathroom where it's the warehouse from Indiana Jones and you just wander to find the bathroom.
We don't have Indiana Jones stuff because I've only seen one of the movies.
If it's going to be an Indiana Jones bathroom, it's going to be on a timer and you got to shit before that big-ass boulder crushes you. You better hurry the hell up and get on my bathroom.
It's a big-ass boulder of poop from Pancho's.
Right? We only have 2 bathrooms, Rito. God.
Aaron, please tell me you don't have a Starcade shower bathroom.
No, I don't. No.
A Starcade bathroom, dude? That'd be dope. Wait, what was hold on, what the fuck was his name? The Shockmaster. When did he come out? Was it Starcade?
I think it was, maybe.
Yeah,
I think
it was Starcade 89, 88.
Is that how you're gonna get into the bathroom? Just
dude, yeah, you should have a Starcade 89 bathroom.
I'll just replace like the shower nozzle with like a empty baby oil bottle with holes straight out at the bottom. That way you're
Shannon
getting just
bought
showered by baby oil.
That shower head that does lights. Remember?
Oh, God. Yeah, my nephew went to Five Below and bought a fucking rave shower head for his grandparents' house.
See,
It's obnoxious.
Chris, your life is cool too because you got hot tubs and PS5s just flying from
Hot tub.
Hey, man, life is good in Houston. I know we bitch about ponchos and traffic and what have you, but really and truly, it's a give and take.
Yeah,
You give some, you take some.
You know, we give good food and hospitality, and when sadly enough we take in Travis Scott, it's good and the bad.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all feel about Travis Scott in the greater Boston area. I think he's a complete fucking hack. But then again, I don't listen to what is now construed as hip hop or
No, it's mumble rap.
So
Mumble rap.
yeah, I'm 40, so I don't listen. All this bullshit that's coming out now is not rap to me.
No, this is the biggest piece of bullcrap with Travis Scott. I had to do a thing for students at work, and they were like, "Oh, it's the history of Houston. We need to put Astroworld in there." I was like, "Nope, we can't do that. These kids, Astroworld's been gone 10 years before they were even born. They're gonna think it's Travis Scott." And you know what? We were right.
True.
We're gonna put Astroworld in there because of Travis Scott.
Rito, were you ever into the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You know that NECA box set of the action figures, the 4 of the coming out of the Shell Tour or whatever, they're all rock stars in the box set? I have that box set. Of course, 1, because I love the Turtles. 2, I saw that concert at the Southern Star Amphitheater at Astroworld.
Oh, is that the one where you get like a VHS? It was on VHS at like Pizza Hut or something like that?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said on VHS at Pizza Hut?
Yes.
Please hold the phone.
Chris.
Come, dear.
Chris, I have to remind you that this is a podcast that's audio based only,
That's
not
okay.
visually
I'm showing
based.
Rito. Look. Boom. You mean this?
Oh my God, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I got this is not like it's my original copy or anything. I got this at Goodwill for 79 cents.
This week.
And it works, and it's fucking glorious.
Oh my
when we started playing it, I was singing "Coming Out of Our Shell." Yeah, we're coming. Yeah, it was awesome.
I used to have the cassette tape of that, along with the poster that came with it.
I can put it on tomorrow.
Yeah, you can watch it before we watch all the super commercials.
Pretty much.
So who do you like in the Super Bowl?
No, I was going to transition into that to kind of close the show out with that. So Super Bowl tomorrow, Rito. Who do you got? Who do you hope is going to win?
All right, so the team I hope to win, just because I don't think it's fair when you have a Super Bowl at home. I feel like that just takes all the momentum out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope, holy shit, he has the Ninja Rap video single.
That's how I do it, dude. Come on.
With Vanilla Ice, aka his generation's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I'm waiting, dude. Look, I don't know what that means, but I'm waiting for a NECA Vanilla Ice action figure to put with my turtles. But go on, I'm sorry.
No, you know what? I would say that Vanilla Ice was our generation's Paul Logan.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan Paul. Our generation's Logan Paul.
Logan.
You ever seen his movie? I think it was called Cool as Ice or something like that.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Awful.
See, as a kid, I thought it was cooler. Like, I remember I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Well, when you're a kid, you think things are great until you get older and you rewatch them. Yeah. And when I was a young kid, I thought the Garbage Pail Kids movie was amazing.
Oof.
I got older. I rewatched it again. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Why did I buy this? The child bathe.
Hey. Yes. No, I wish I could go back in time and tell younger me that Thundercats is way cooler in the intro video than the actual cartoon is.
Listen, what people don't talk about, speaking of Thundercats, is that I think it was like 2004 or 5 when it used to be on Cartoon Network.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was like the best. And
then
like
the revamp show was great.
People just trashed it, and then now that like everyone's praising, it's like, yeah, I loved it too. It's like, no, fuck you, we love it.
No, you did not. You didn't love it. If you did, you would have supported it to bring it back.
Yeah. Same thing with Clone High. Everyone's pretending that they love Clone High. Clone High is amazing.
I don't even know what that is.
You've never heard of Clone High?
No.
It's about secret government employees who take people from the history and just make them into hot and sexy teens, and they follow teen drama.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That was on MTV.
Yes.
Well, that's why I didn't watch it, because MTV is garbage.
Are Rito like around the same age then?
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Yeah, you're in your 40s, and so is Aaron.
Wait, so you guys hated the MTV when it was on?
No, I didn't.
Well, no. At one point, MTV used to play music videos.
Age gap.
And it was really cool at one point, and then they started doing like Road Rules and My Mom's a Whore and all this shit. It's just all these stupid shows, and I quit watching.
My mom's a whore.
Room Raiders, instead of ridiculous for 18
I remember
hours.
Room Raiders.
Yeah.
Or what about that? What about where the douchebag or the whore is sitting outside the bus and they want to do blind dates with other douchebags and whores, and they're mad at each other for being douchebags and whores?
Eliminate.
Imagine that.
Eliminate.
First
No,
usually
it was
on
next.
TV.
Oh,
It
next.
was
That
Mark
was
Hoppus'
next.
butt because they forgot to blur it out on spring break.
I don't care about Mark Hoppus' butt, dear.
But MTV, first nudity.
It was NXT before NXT because it looked like it said NXT.
Yeah.
It was NXT 3.0, so it was just as garbage, if not worse, than NXT 2.0.
See, I remember.
Who's Braun Breaker going to pick for the Super Bowl? I wonder.
See, I remember. Bark. What? Bob Barker.
Braun Barker.
Braun Barker.
Oh, Braun Breaker.
Braun Boner.
Gronkowski.
Boner Breaker. Boner Breaker. Who do you think Boner Breaker is
Gronkowski.
going to pick for the Super Bowl?
His dad.
Probably.
His dad.
He is a Steiner, so it makes sense.
I think the Bengals are going to win. Honestly, I think they're going to win by at least 6, maybe 3 to 6 points. I think that's the
Pretty
spread.
close game, huh?
Okay. Chris,
That's
what do you
good.
think?
Given that I've checked out of football for the last few years now, I don't know who the hell plays for these teams.
Okay.
Is it the Rams and Bengals?
Rams and Bengals.
Right?
Yep.
Both of these teams are far overdue to even appear in the Super Bowl, much less win one. Right?
Yep.
I'm going to go with Bengals because I feel like they've been going longer without this kind of a win. So probably those guys.
Fair enough.
I just want to see I just know that there's going to be like a Dr. Evil commercial that I'm really fucking stoked to check out. I've avoided spoilers.
So we can talk about the commercials a little bit. Again, I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I hope they win because underdog. They haven't done anything in like 40
I know it
years.
was on The Simpsons.
So, but yeah, let's talk commercials that are supposed to debut tomorrow that we're supposed to get hyped for. You mentioned the Dr. Evil commercial that's going to play, which people are getting excited for that. We saw the DC teaser for the 2 commercials that are going to play tomorrow with Black Adam and the Flash.
So it's not they're not going to show the same shit. It's going to be an extended thing. That's just a teaser.
Extended versions that we're supposed to get a Black Adam teaser and a Flashpoint teaser for that.
Oh my god, dude! I can't wait.
Anything.
I'm excited about both of those movies.
Now, the one trailer I'm hoping gets played that I've heard that's supposed to play tomorrow, Doctor Strange 2. We're supposed to get a teaser.
Oof, I
But
can't
we've
wait.
seen it.
I think it's going to be the same one from the post credit scene.
It's supposed to be a minute and a half, and it's supposed to be like half of it or 45 seconds of it is new footage.
I'm on
So-
board, obviously.
So that's what I want to see is Doctor Strange 2.
I was kind of mad because there was a teaser on Twitter. I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw Jim Carrey getting ready, wearing his cable guy outfit. And I'm like, holy shit, they're making the cable guy too. He's going against streaming.
Yeah,
No, it's a Verizon commercial.
it's a Verizon.
Man. Womp womp.
Oh, we're also supposed to get a-
Noise.
We're also supposed to get a extended Sonic 2 trailer too that focuses more on Knuckles. So
I know the way.
He know the way.
The commercial that always gets me every year, and I have a love-hate relationship with, is always the one that Budweiser puts out with horses and dead parents and shit, or whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm talking about? It's always that fucking heart-wrenching shit. Like, are you having a good time eating those nachos? Hey, this kid's dad died in the service. Are you feel bad about yourself?
America drink
Yeah.
a Budweiser.
Yeah.
People
Be
are
a
dying.
patriot.
Be a
If you
People
don't
are
drink
dying.
Bud, then fuck you. Eagles and horses. Yeah. That's the
Oh,
whole
you're a
thing.
dog, the invisible bone.
isn't it the-
invisible bone?
Isn't it the Charlie Kelly Rock Flag Eagle song?
I think if James Gunn and DC wants to get their credibility up, they give John Cena a Budweiser commercial. He's standing there on a mountain. He's thirsty. He's just sitting there. He's thirsty. He's like, oh, I could sure use a drink. He goes to Vigilante. You got anything? Oh, I could look for something. And runs off. And then eagerly flies off into the distance, goes over the crest, and then drops off a cold Budweiser into
shit.
Peacemaker's hand.
And as he's picking up to drink it, it goes in slow motion, and all you hear is, "Do you really want to? Do you really want to taste it?" He said,
No.
Oh, God
I
damn, dude. I'd be on
thought
board for that.
I thought of an idea for a commercial that James Gunn needs to direct. James Gunn needs to direct an Old Spice commercial with John Cena, and
I
a
thought you were gonna say,
cameo by Terry Crews.
ooh. So I was thinking like Blue Chew or like KY or something like that.
Nah. He's got to go Old Navy. I mean, Old Spice. Not Old
Omaha Steaks.
Navy. Omaha Steaks.
I'm gonna here's a hot take. If they make a GoDaddy commercial this year, or if they're even around, Abella Danger is going to be involved. I feel like she will be in the Super Bowl commercial this year.
You know that's going to happen.
I don't know what that name is. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you speaking English right now, Rito? Come on. This is a PG show, sir.
PG. PG.
Pretty gross is what it means. So
yeah, we talk about ponchos.
Ponchos, low hanging fruit. Aaron, try harder. Come on.
No, I'm taking it.
Do you really want Ebola?
Oh shit! Hey, if I've had it, I survived it. So what's that say?
Give that dog the
You build immunities when you scratch your knee when you're outside playing. Your dad tells you rub some dirt on that shit and keep rolling, bro. That's it.
If Chris was
rub some dirt on it.
If Chris was Peacemaker, he'd have a hat that gives a helmet that instantly brings him ponchos.
Fuck yes, dude.
Ponchos maker.
Yeah, Ponchos maker. There you go. I'd have a little glass with a little Peacemaker on there, like
Punch maker.
Oh my god, Punch maker.
Punch maker.
You're a punch maker.
Oh man.
I think someone has to draw that up. That's the art.
That's the art for the next shirt. I got more cut out for me.
You call this episode the Ponchos Haters Association.
Punch maker, the season finale.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, this is okay. Okay, so I can't remember
that creature at the end. I thought it was going to be a literal cow.
I thought so too.
I did too. Yeah, I was not ready for whatever the fuck that. It reminded me of what was it? The caterpillar from Bug's Life.
Yeah,
it reminded me of Heimdall.
I
am a pretty butterfly. Yeah,
it kind of did.
If James Gunn could do it, I think he could make a live action Rick and Morty show.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, he could. He could. Oh, I could see that. That would be great.
That's only a matter of time too, man. It's only a matter.
That would definitely be great. Yeah.
Tom Holland and Christopher Lloyd.
Can you imagine like 27 years from now when they do the Dark Side of the Ring about the death of Vince McMahon and all the bullshit's going to happen after he's gone? Now think about it.
Yeah.
Like his daughter's insane and she don't know shit about wrestling, but she's running it somehow.
Yeah.
He's extradited his son-in-law somehow.
Somehow Shane ends up on AEW Dark Elevation.
I'm telling you, man, there's a whole episode there that I want James Gunn to direct. I'm just saying.
I want James Gunn to direct a Booster Gold movie for DC Comics.
I'd be okay with this.
That's what I want to see.
Who the fuck is Booster? Oh, Booster Gold, the guy with the. Okay, no, I know. Sorry.
Yeah, the time traveler.
The time traveling museum coordinating football player from 2076 or whatever the fuck it is.
But what he did was you brought back Tech to make him look like he's a superhero, to market himself, to make millions off of being a fake superhero. It's genius. It's genius.
Wait, is it taking is it like a serious comic or is it like very like silly?
It goes back and forth with silliness and
mostly tongue in cheek.
Him scamming people.
Yeah.
Isn't this a show right now?
It should be. The character debuted on Smallville for like 1 or 2 episodes. It should have been a show, but it was never.
See, DC can never. Here, I've said this before, but DC can never seem to land the plane when it comes to fly in the skies of movies. Like they just always they always crash and burn. They never land the bird right. The takeoff is good.
No, Suicide
Squad and Shazam have been okay. Like the second Suicide Squad, I think they nailed the second Suicide Squad.
But that's a lot that you're naming movies that were made in the last 2-3 years.
Sure, that's true.
You're not talking about movies from and Watchmen. Watchmen will give them that too. Yeah. But when it comes to the series and when the story could get fleshed out, it's awesome. With Marvel, it's like same formula: origin story, joke, struggle, comeback, kick-ass ending, post-credit scene, continuation, rinse, lather, repeat.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we'll keep paying for it. We'll keep doing it.
We'll keep
I'm okay with this.
listen, Marvel is the WWE. You know, everyone likes it. Everyone can argue about it, but they're still gonna come back. Where
Yeah.
AEW's like the DC TV shows.
Well, let's not go that far. Let's not go that bad. I mean, because DC, as soon as things start going downhill, they make another Batman movie. Things
That's
happen, let's
also
make a
true.
Batman cartoon. Things aren't going right, let's make another Let's have Batman cameo.
In case of emergency, break Gotham. Just,
Yeah, break case for Batman.
So,
Oh, gosh.
so you're saying Batman is Brock Lesnar?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
accurate
much.
as fuck.
Bork Laser.
Yeah.
Bork laser. Yeah.
That's true.
Nah,
Well,
but-
Rito, I just want to thank you for coming on tonight as we start wrapping things up. It was a lot of fun. Is there anybody that you want to shout out? Anything that you want to plug? You got anything that you're working on? This
Alright.
is opportunity to let the people know.
So I am currently producing a podcast, and I'm a host of Self Control.
Mhm.
We are the death row of Black Twitter. We have takes on wrestling, pop culture, and just music and everything within the Black culture, and just everything that we promote and push out there. On all socials, it's Rito's Modern Life. It's a great show. I've been on it for 11 or 12 episodes. I'm getting a hang of this whole podcast thing,
Mhm.
and just talking for Lance about things that I love, and it's great. And then also, I want to give a shout out to Beat 'em Down. Have me on your damn show. I've been listening long enough. Like I said, I'm the Puerto Rican Thanos. I'm Pranos right now. I'm just, I just gotta pull it out of his head and just another one.
Damian Thanos.
Exactly. See the Damien. Unlock the Damien.
Man.
But yeah. And then also, I just want to say thank you to Aaron Garcia for having me on the show and just really easing me into horror films. Like, I absolutely hated horror films, and then I watched I think it was like Ginyu Man or Ultraman or some horror movie that was like a Power Rangers movie.
Oh, Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman, yeah. I watched that, and then I was just like, shit, this is really good. And I always see you post your pickups and your bundles, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta check this out. Like Sleepaway Camp, Nightmare on Elm. It's incredible.
Oh man, Sleepaway Camp, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah,
I always hit the sales. What I tell people to do is subscribe to the newsletters for Shop Factory, oldies.com, and Deep Discount DVD. Or Deep Discount now, because DVD's Blu-ray. Sign up for those because they'll send you sale lists. They'll send you these things whenever a sale is happening or they're doing free shipping and all that. And the stuff I got today was a combination of Deep Discount and Shop Factory. So just sign up for it. And it's because the Ultraman thing was like $17. And normally those things go for anywhere between 25 to 30.
Wow.
Antlers, I think I got for $15. And that's like another $25 Blu-ray because it's still sort of brand new out there. So I always look for the sales, always look for the discounts for those movies. And because most of these movies, I remember seeing the box art at my local Blockbuster growing up. And I'm like, always wanted to watch that. It's on sale for this amount. That's cheaper than going to the theater. So I'll buy it. If I don't like it, I'm going to resell it. And if I do like it, it stays on the shelf. And as you can see behind me, a lot of those stay on the shelf. So yeah, you're welcome. For if I gave you any hidden gems or any titles that you didn't know about, just enjoy it. I'm glad that you found one of those titles. The only movie I suggest to everybody to watch, because it's a fun horror movie, is called Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
that was a good. I actually seen that before they reviewed it on Cult 45, and then Cabin in the Woods, the remake was the one that kind of like eased me into it. Because when it comes to horror movies, I'm a big pussy. Like
and everybody's like that. Everybody's like that until they find that one hook, and then they go down that rabbit hole of horror movies because of the covers, and then they're able to kind of ease themselves into it. I know so many fans now who made the same claim. I hate horror movies. I hate them. They find that one hook, that one movie, and they go down the rabbit hole, and now they're big horror fans. Some of those people even have podcasts that they co-host. So it's just, you got to find your niche. You got to find what you like, and then just find more that are similar to it. And I try to, when people ask for suggestions, I try to cater to what they like and what they might appreciate with the stuff that they're into. So if somebody hates clowns, I'm not going to suggest it or a Clown House or any of the other movies. I'm going to suggest
Clowns
something
from
else.
outer space.
Circus of the Dead.
Oh, Circus of the Dead. It's a good one though. That is a good
It's
one.
a good one, but not for people who hate clowns.
Not for people who hate clowns, and not for people who do not like that grit of
Rob
rape
Zombie-esque
and
feel.
stuff like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Rob Zombie-esque film without that terrible actress Sherry Moon. That's what you can. That's what you can do. So yeah, thank you. For that appreciation for the movie. I tried to showcase movies whenever I can. So again, thank you very much. Going to kind of wind it down now because we're hitting that hour and a half mark. Chris, where can they find you?
At Pancho's.
In the bathroom, probably. So where can they find you outside of Pancho's?
As always, on Instagram, you can find me at Chris Foreman Artist. Every now and then I post doodles, and I hope that you praise me for my wonderful artwork. If not, then don't follow me. No, I'm just kidding. Feel free to check that out. Also, the wife and I have a collectible store called Collectomania here in Houston, Texas. You can, I think it's at Collectomania Comics on Instagram, I believe.
Yes, you do.
And then, of course, on Facebook, you can just, if you're a podcast listener, I'm assuming you're following our Facebook group or our Facebook page. I'm not hard to find. I'm on there and very Googleable.
Yes.
Very rich, very famous.
True. That's very much true. So, and I'll plug our stuff. We're on with Cross the Streams Media, but that advertisement will play after this episode. We have shirts, we have merch. Go to TeePublic or go to Redbubble. Just type in Front Row Negative. It should pull up those designs. I am still working on the other design that I made comment to about 3 weeks ago because I have a busy life and it's very hectic.
Hashtag dad life.
Yeah, dad life. It happens. So, but that new design will happen soon. It's in progress. It's going to happen. So if you made it this far in the show, give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Share the episode out.
Please.
Do what you can do to help support us. Go to our YouTube channel. We have one of those things. Give it a subscribe. Give it a like. Leave a comment. A share.
Get us monetized. That way Aaron doesn't have to work anymore.
I wish. Click the bell, as Danhausen likes to tell people. And as you always say, as we end the show, always unfollow, don't unfriend. And thank you for listening. Okay, Chris, well, hey, lead us out, Chris, since you like to know what I'm going to say.
And love that Panchos.
Fuck that Pancho. This is Aaron from Front Row Negative. And if you like what you've just heard, check out CrossTheStreamsMedia.com, where not only can you listen to our show, but several other shows that are part of the Cross the Streams Media family. Such shows like Three Bears and a Mic, Dorksman, Secondary Heroes, Scott White's Dan Aykroyd Podcast, The Art of Boar Podcast, Burn Appetit, Beering Ain't Easy, the STS Guys Podcast, and Toy Rewind. Movie Gap is there as well, but that's your own fault if you listen to them. But thanks for listening, and check out Cross the Streams Media. Until next time, peace out.
This has been a Cross the Streams Media Podcast.